gentlemen, what your ears are about to witness, the greatest queen of all time.
The best of J.
Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up. Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce the queen. Representing
From west to east.
Niggas better get it right. Bitches better get it right.
Y'all know the name.
Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while.
I hate to brag, but
Ain't nobody
Fade is phenomenal.
Like
the queen.
Wendy Williams.
Who the world is this? With so much drama. From yo block to yo block. Heard of the number one.
The best of J. U. Ice.
Who the world is this? With so much
Again and again. Wendy Williams.
Bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
Don't know.
This thing right here.
Don't get more ghetto than this.
If you don't know, don't know.
Let me break it down for you again.
Wendy Williams.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The bitch ain't playing. Ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Andre 3000 is in the studio. So it's very nice to have you here. I can't recall whether this is our first time meeting each other.
I think it is. Well, if I met you, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Or me neither. If I met you, then you were with the other guys, and
Yeah.
and you weren't such the breakout star that you are right now.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to keep it going.
Yeah, very nice. So, whatever happened with the Outcast film production? Because I know you were shooting with Brian Barber.
Right. That's we just finished the last little piece about a week ago.
Oh, good.
We actually finished it last summer, but they looked at it and they figured to keep the story going at the end that they needed to kind of wrap it up. So the story is kind of like I'm this piano player, and then at the end I go to Chicago and New York and make it big. So they wanted to do a big performance piece at the end, which I had to do 2 weeks ago, and it'll be coming out top of next year. Outcast album will be out the bottom of this year.
Wow. And so this Outcast film project, that's your money?
What do you mean? Is it my money?
I don't know. Your collaboration with Brian Barber.
Oh no! Well, it started from video treatments of that me and Brian Barber we put together for. They were Outcast videos at first, and then at the time, HBO had this kind of project where they were getting new directors to do shorts.
Got you.
And they got the treatment in. They said, "This is great, but can y'all make it into a full feature?"
Oh, good.
And so it was like a blessing, and it just came, and it was going to be an HBO project, but now they're going to release it in theaters.
Oh, good. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Jimi Hendrix, because what a score that is. I mean, that. How many other people were considered for the role? Do you know?
Well, honestly, the thing about the Jimi Hendrix project is a lot of people are excited about it. You know, I've been talked to, by people in Hollywood, but the thing is the family, until, the family release rights to songs or if they agree with the story, it won't really happen. I know the family, they probably get 1 million calls a day about some Jimi Hendrix project, so they probably just laying low, trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm just praying and hoping one day I'll get it, and if I'd love to do it, but hey.
Yeah. Have you ever met anybody from the family where maybe you can get an inside edge?
No. I've sent a letter before, just to let them know how passionate I am about the project, but I've never met the sister Janie Hendrix. She actually owns the estate, so she owns all the rights and everything, so maybe one day I'll get to meet her.
Yeah. When you send a letter, do you handwrite, which I think is the height that is the height of good manners.
Oh yeah. I was actually in Japan, and I wrote a letter and sent it from Japan to her house.
Yeah.
In Seattle, and I actually don't even know if she got it.
Do you make it a habit of having your own special stationery?
No, because I don't write a lot.
Okay.
Special occasions I'll go out and buy something, but
yeah.
No, I'm not really a big writer.
Regarding visits and things like that, because I mentioned, have you visited anybody from Jimi Hendrix and stuff? I know that you and Big Boy made a special trip to see Anita Baker, and we talked about it here on the show. Did you guys go to? You wanted to do a project with Anita Baker?
I've never.
You never even heard this story?
No, I met her. She came in concert in Atlanta, and I went to her show, but I've never met Anita Baker in my life.
Okay, I see what's going on. Oh,
I swear to God.
It was sidebar. Let me talk to the audience just for a moment.
Okay,
Pretend you're not here. You guys,
I'm not here.
you know exactly what I'm talking about, and so does Andre. But apparently, that meeting, you remember, allegedly Andre and Big Boy went to her house, and Anita Baker was less than mannerable, and the guys were left all conflummoxed, and she said some terrible things about them. And now what Andre's doing is he's showing good manners and being a gentleman by just erasing it from his memory.
No, I
and we're
swear,
not going-
to God.
What?
I don't know
What?
anything about it. I swear to God. She was supposed to be on the Love Below album,
Right.
the song She's Alive, and I sent her the music, but her manager said that she was about to release a new album and she didn't want to be on another project, but it was never any beef or nothing. I never even met the lady.
Oh.
So I love Anita Baker.
Okay.
My mama turned me on to Anita Baker, so I'm, come on.
We'll revisit that
That's
story
respect.
after you leave. Let's talk about the Dungeon family. Is the Dungeon family still together, making money? I know you're going to say, "Well, we're still together in our hearts," but is the Dungeon family still together, making?
Well, the Dungeon family's still together for sure. Everybody's doing their own separate projects. So even with me and Big Boy, people say, y'all, still together. We most definitely still together. New Outkast album coming out, but
Good.
we're getting end of the year.
End of the year, like you said earlier.
Right. But it's like we started and we were like 17 years old.
Yeah.
And you get old. We all lived in a house together, making this music. And everybody grew up. We got families, everybody has their own house. So we don't hang as much as we used to. And so business-wise, it's not the same. But everybody's doing their own thing. I think the Goody Mob, they're getting back together to do a new album.
Oh, that's nice.
Organized Noise, they're still doing their thing. Still producing songs on Outkast. So everybody's lovely on this.
Big Gip and Joy always had a very interesting relationship, and I've interviewed with both of them separately and then together and then separately again. Had you ever had sexual relationships with Joy on Big Gip giving you the thumbs up and saying, okay?
No, I actually, she's a good friend. She's been around from like 1993. She was a superstar in Atlanta at the time.
Yeah.
And she always bigged us up on our music, but when they got together, I most definitely was happy for them. They were truly in love.
Are you in love?
No, I can't say that I am.
When's the last time you were in love?
I'd have to say when I was with Erykah Badu, maybe.
Yeah. Do you and Erykah, do you guys still have intimate relations?
No.
Well, don't ask like that. I mean, that's called baby's father with privileges.
No, that's called getting people confused.
Yeah.
So I don't play that.
That's true. How long did your actual relationship last?
A little bit over a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
Do you miss her in that way?
No, not really. She's a great person. We talk damn near every day. We got a kid. He's 7 years old. So
7 is 7.
7 is 7 years old.
What'd you get him for his birthday when he turned 7? Because that's special for a boy named 7.
Kind of like a director's pack. Like a camera and lights and editing system on his little laptop.
And he is that one of the things that he asked for?
Nah, but I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah. How often do you see 7?
Maybe once or twice a month, and then like holidays and weekends and stuff like that. Because of the schedule, it's kind of like we have to schedule in time because we both are on the road sometimes, and we have to schedule it just like a meeting.
Yeah. Badu has this, from the outside looking in, Badu seems to have this effect on her man, where because you clearly have your own style of dress. At times it is quite freaky for the masses, but we love, but freaky. And what kind of influence did she have on you in terms of your dress while you guys were together and in love and like that?
Well, honestly, it's a big misconception about people say, well, he got with Erykah and she changed him up, and I guess the whole common sense thing didn't help either.
Yeah.
But, actually, that was the reason why we met. I think we were going down the same path, and I met her at a time in my life where I was changing, and kind of, when you're on a certain path, you run into the people. Yes. You attract certain people.
Yes.
And we taught a lot. We taught a lot to each other. I taught a lot about music. She was kind of a great, almost like a big sister almost, because I was always younger. And she was just really, she was real supportive of what I wanted to do.
Right.
She knew that I would be singing. years before.
Are you? Yeah, you clearly are. Did she know you'd be acting? Because I couldn't have guessed this. I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, like around the house, you got to think. We talk about, yeah, we're gonna do this movie together and all this type of stuff. We, just be around the house playing and stuff. But I guess she knew because. I mean, we both were doing, film or our acting before we even started doing music. She was in like drama troops and,
right.
I was doing the same thing in middle school. So I think we just knew we'd be doing more than what we're doing.
Let's get back to that Rosa Parks lawsuit for a moment. I know we haven't talked about it today, but it just seems like every time, I do a lot here on the Wendy Williams Experience. One of the things that I do is gossip. By the way,
really?
Andre.
Right.
And one of the things that I've noticed that has been a steady reoccurrence in my reports is this lawsuit with you guys and Rosa Parks, and it's just back and forth, and it will just never die. Where are we at with that lawsuit?
It is over now. We came to a great settlement where we made sure that the people knew that we were never in fault. We were never wrong for calling the song Rosa Parks. That's really what they were saying. They were saying that her name helped sell, all these albums, but we sold millions and millions of albums before Rosa Parks. But really, we just called it for symbolism because the chorus said, "Aha, hush that fuss."
Yes.
Everybody moved to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And honestly, around the studio, the engineers say, well, what we going to call the song? And it was just like, well, we're just going to call it Rosa Parks for right now.
Yeah.
And then, we got this, this suit coming. We were like, really? And we actually met her family in Detroit on the concert, and they came to the concert. We're like, you're like, man, we're sorry. She got people handling her, and she don't really know what's going on. She don't even know. She was like,
they say she suffers from dementia.
Right, but this was years before, and they were like, we're sorry, but I mean, I knew if she understood what was going on, I mean, she most definitely wouldn't be having y'all in court.
Right.
So we fought it. We could have settled. I mean, they were asking for crazy money,
Yeah.
But we settled, and we're going to do a couple of tribute things to her,
Yeah.
And
nice.
it turned out great.
That's nice. You seem like, a very eclectic guy, and I know that you're sitting on lots of money based on, well, geez, if we just take the speaker box below, how much money was generated off that CD approximately?
Honestly, I do not know. Honestly, and you may not believe me, I don't even know how many albums that record has sold right now.
Yeah, you lost track. It's because it was just so fabulous.
Well, Big Boy, really, he's the money man. He pays attention to money and how, like, where it is on the charts. I kind of just make music,
But you're a very wealthy man, financially speaking, I would imagine.
I can say I'm blessed, Yes. I can't say that I'm wealthy because people around me still need money. So as long as people around you need money, you're really not wealthy.
How many people live in your house?
Just me alone.
Do you have a very big house?
No, not really. It's a nice size house. I'm actually moving, downsizing.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff?
I think 4 bedrooms. No, 5.
How do you decorate?
I don't.
Oh my gosh!
My house is a pit stop. There's instruments everywhere and boxes and.
I would think that you would take as
house.
much time with your house as you do with meticulously putting together your clothes.
I don't have time. I really don't have time.
Gotcha.
It's a true pit stop. Like I unpack. I really don't even unpack.
Gotcha.
I just overpack.
Why did you stop touring? Because I understand at one point the reason that Outkast stopped touring is because you didn't want to tour.
Right.
Busy with the movies?
No, because the movies weren't even about that time. And me and Big Boy had the conversation way before Speakerbox and The Love Below had come out. It just got to a point where I guess we've been doing it for 10 years. And my personality, I kind of get bored really fast. And I have to keep finding things to keep myself excited.
Yeah.
And we get to a point where I'd be on stage and not really be into it and kind of be thinking of other things.
While on stage entertaining us.
Yeah. And I kind of felt like, well, maybe I need to take a break. So that's pretty much what happened. I'm 30. I just turned 30 in May.
Congratulations. Did you buy yourself
Thank you very
birthday
much.
gift?
No. I went out with Big Boy the night before.
I only picture old cars, but fixed up to the highest of fixtivity in your drive. Do you have anything new? Anything like a 2005 into 2006?
I'm not really into cars, but I bought a Range Rover because it is a great truck.
Yeah.
Did
you see the supercharged ones?
Yeah, that's a little bit too much for me, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of too sporty.
Gotcha.
I'd rather just take the regular one and sport it out.
Gotcha. Regarding your sexuality, are you heterosexual, bisexual, gay, trisexual?
I'm probably as straight as they come.
Wow, with all the wigs and all the flamboyancy.
But that's flyness. That's
fly.
That's funk.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Have you been with a lot of women?
No. I actually had a conversation with somebody, And I think in my entire career up until this point, my entire life, it's probably under 30.
Under 30 women.
Yeah, maybe.
And you just turned 30. Wow. That's not very whorish, considering, you know.
No, I'm no whore.
You're a multi-platinum artist. You're a wealthy man in life and in blessings.
Thank you.
And you know, Andre, damn you're an attractive man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And I think that mole on your skin is on your nose, next to your nose, is just, very attractive.
Thank you.
Now,
my homeboy's showing me about it.
Now, this is my first time meeting you. I had no idea that you were as small as you are. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm a big woman. I'll call myself that before you can call it. Okay.
Yeah.
And our hug was quite awkward. I felt like I was crushing you. How tall are you?
I'm right at 6, I think, when I got on my good shoes.
You are not 6 feet tall.
I swear to God.
Little man, please. I'm 5'11". I'm taller than you.
No, I swear to God.
How much do you weigh?
About 160, 165.
Yeah. Is that your fighting weight? In terms of, looking good, doing good?
Whatever weight it is, my fighting weight.
Do you watch what you eat? Do you have a problem?
Oh, yeah, I'm a vegan vegetarian. I try to, watch my diet really, really good because, you terrible hours in this business. You got to kind of keep your body up.
Yeah. Well, I want to wish you the best of everything.
Thank you.
You want more children?
Yeah, I would love a daughter.
Well, if you don't have a daughter, then you'll end up having another son. But either way, that's more children.
Yeah, but I want a daughter.
Do you want to marry?
I'd love to get in a situation like a marriage, but I'm not really sold on marriage, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe I'm too young to really understand it. I'm sold on, having somebody there for the rest of your life, but...
Are you sold on monogamy?
Yeah. Well, hold up, let me take it. I'm sold on it. I do understand it because I hate to hurt other people.
Yes.
But at the same time, it kind of seems unnatural. Monogamy,
I understand.
But I don't know. I'm figuring that out still.
Well, if you were out there doing your thing, and she was, so it was equal non-monogamy, would you be okay with that? Or a woman's got to be monogamous?
Oh yeah, you can call it what you want to. I don't play that. I'm sorry.
So in many ways, the seemingly freakish Andre 3000 is like many of us.
That is true.
Just a regular guy from Atlanta living his dream.
That is true.
Congratulations on 4 Brothers. I can't wait for the new Outkast album. And thank you so much for coming in.
4 Brothers, you got to go see it. I'm telling you, I wouldn't lie. It's a great movie. Myself, Tyrese, Garrett Hedlund, Mark Wahlberg. It's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Wendy, man.
Me and my wife have been married for 15 years. He's threatening to leave.
What did you do?
Had a problem with drugs.
You got the drug voice.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Just asking, what's your drug of choice?
You name it.
Coke?
Yeah.
Weed?
Yeah.
Crack?
Yeah.
Heroin?
Yeah.
E-pills?
Yeah.
Whippets?
Alcohol.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
PCP?
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wow.
Brothers and sisters!
Taking it back, baby. Taking it back. Old school short shot.
Yes! The rhythm, the rebel. 2, 3, play!
A little play from back in the day.
And me, it's Wendy, man.
Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Experience.
Is this the end? It's the end of the show. You know what? I want to shout out to Nancy Flowers. I just want to tell you, girl, when I went out to Los Angeles and flew back in that quick excursion, all in between, I've started reading your book, No Strings Attached. How do I love it? Let me count the ways. Number 1, because the women are so bitter. Number 2, they've got reason to be bitter. Number 3, the tales weaved between these pages could happen to any one of us. And number 4, I love the drama. That's how many ways I love this new book. It's called No Strings Attached. There's a woman wearing a bra seducing a man on the front cover. And I'm up to page 156. So I'm about halfway through. I plan on finishing the rest of it over the weekend. But a special shout out to the author, Nancy Flowers is her name. If you're interested in the next good read for you, no strings attached. I'm going to finish it before my son gets back from Martha's Vineyard next week, because then I get all distracted and whatnot. Go back into Noggin Land and the Hickory Dickory Doc, Sally, Dick, and Jane reads. Tamira Gray from American Idol. She was one of the finalists. She's also a friend of the show. She's been here before. Congratulations to her. She's the face of one of the show's favorite places to shop, H&M. Yes, the ad campaign is going to be international. It's going to be shot by Dave LaChapelle. So congratulations to Tamira Gray. Oh, and the next season, this will be season 5 of America's Next Top Model, begins September 21st. It's going to be a 2-hour premiere from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And congratulations to Tyra, for what it's worth. I mean, the talk show during the day, America's Next Top Model at night. I mean, you cannot stop her. She is a force to be reckoned. Mm-hmm. Now, Byron Allen, whose hustle I've always respected. A lot of you might call him corny. You only know him from doing like America's Corniest People or whatever that show was, Funniest People, that he used to do. The thing you might not know about Byron Allen behind the scenes is that his mom, Carolyn, is one of these. She was an agent or something like that. Anyway, I like Byron Allen, and I've always respected his hustle. I've always known, his camera work, but behind the scenes, he's really something else. He's a businessman, he's an entertainment journalist, and now he's a mama's best boy because he just bought his mom a $5 million, 4-bedroom, 4,000 square foot house in the Hollywood Hills so that she could live closer to him. Isn't that great? At one point, until she moves into this house, she has been living in his Century City condo that he bought for $3.8 million for himself back in February 2004. But, by the way, in Manhattan, when he comes to New York, he stays in his $4.5 million Trump Tower spot on Fifth Avenue. Well, I've got no new word on whether his Byron Allen Entertainment actually has executed the purchase of PAX, the TV channel network. But I got to tell you something. Congratulations, Byron. You have silently been doing it since forever. Legendary. Prince is doing a casting call. He's looking for ladies. I can... Art, sit down. He's so happy he clapped with his palms, the sign of a true queen. Yay. When you clap with your palms. Ladies, if you're interested, look, you know which ones of you need to apply and which ones don't. Prince has a particular look, and you know what it is. If you're black, you can't look black. If you're white, you can't look white. If you're nappy, you can't even be a part of it because Prince doesn't want to weave unless you're finishing up the last few inches of otherwise like white people hair. You know how Prince is. If he can't run his fingers through it, forget about it. And I'm not talking about after a Cream of Nature special. You know what Prince likes, much to my chagrin. I don't even know why I'm doing this right now. But alas, I know that there are women out there who need work. Ow. I'm ready to pass along the information. It was exactly 5 years ago. Hold on with the Prince thing. You get your pen and paper. It was exactly 5 years ago that Little Bow Wow made his debut on Billboard's Hot 100 charts. And this week, he has 2 songs in the top 30 portion of the charts. So congratulations to Little Bow Wow on his song Bounce With Me. And congratulations on the song with Sierra, Like You. Bow Wow, you're a friend to the show. And I wish you nothing but the best, kiddo. So, continue to rise. And I'm not joking with that part, although when I think about your height, somewhere there's a joke in there. Oh, man. Oh, little man. Congratulations, Bow Wow. All right, Princettes, are you ready? All right, I'll give you one more moment. I'll kill time by talking about Mekhi Phifer who I love. He might have the role of Al Green in the Al Green story. Now, you're a movie person. Are you furling your eyebrows because you don't understand it, or are you saying, "Oh, good idea"?
I'm confused.
Okay, well, let me explain it to you a little better. The Al Green story is about to be made, and Mekhi Phifer might get the role of Al Green. Are you not confused? Are you still confused?
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain it better. Al Green's life story is about to be told, and Mekhi Phifer is going to play the lead. You got it now? Oh. Well, he says he hopes to be shooting the Al Green story by the end of the year. Are you still conflummoxed?
Yes.
What's a better look? Al Green, Mekhi Phifer as Al Green, or Andre 3000 as Jimi Hendrix?
Andre is Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. All right, Princettes, come on, let's go. You got to submit an entry. You got to do it in email. Okay, dude. Info at N like Nancy, P like Pony, G like Giraffe, online, LTD.com. Now, what they want from you is they want a headshot of you, a basic profile, your name, your age, your location, your hobbies, what you like to do for fun, your favorite hot spots to go to. Oh, he wants to see that you're a party girl. Ow, party freak. Ow. The profile doesn't have to be too accurate, they said, but just make it happen. Isn't that something? Doesn't have to be too accurate. The most important thing you need to know is where to send it. www.N like Nancy, P like Pony, G like Giraffe, online, LTD.com. The headshot, the profile, your name, your age, your likes, your dislikes. He wants two of you to participate in a new video. So may the best woman win. And I love you for listening today. We'll be back together tomorrow, hopefully. Okay. Thank you, Andre 3000. Bye-bye.
Peace party, people. See you later.
I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night.
Program complete.
Okay, everybody, keep it where you got it. We got a lot to get to. The phone lines are open, 866-GET-WENDY. And Advice Hour well, you know what? We do advice, we do gossip, we do all that stuff. So, and every once in a while, if a celebrity can't be here for the main part of the show, we even do interviews during the bonus hour, which happens to be next on.
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah, this is Ghostface.
What up, what up? Holla at your boys, Jay-Z.
Hey, yo, this is Busta Rhymes.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out.
Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
I have one thing to say. You better overwork, bitch.
Oh, look at the bonus hour, everybody. Yeah. Woo! Summer's almost over. These sufferably hot days are almost behind us. I can't take it. Then we'll be complaining about the cold. You know what I mean? And all the ice and whatnot. I love the change of seasons, though. I can imagine living someplace where we didn't have, the stink heat of the summer and the suffering cold of the winter and the beautiful leaves changing in the fall and the flowers blooming in the spring. I just love the Northeast. I do. I just love it. I just love the New York tri-state area part of the Northeast. I did not realize, but the plot thickens. The guy that Lisa Ray is marrying, the chief minister, Michael Missick, we talked about him yesterday, and you've been hearing about it on the news. You know, they met in May in Atlanta at the Trumpet Awards, and now they're engaged to be married. Boy, she worked him over good and fast and hard, right? No time to waste, no time to waste. Woman of a certain age coming through. Eggs drying up. Oop. Oh, she is so fortunate. She's got so much. I mean, you know, but she was a grinding girl, though. She put it down for so many years. Now she's got her regular sitcom and whatnot. Congratulations again, Lisa Ray. But you're taking Omarosa Manigault Stallworth's sloppy seconds, because that's who he was seeing. Exactly. Yes, there was word that Michael Missick, the guy that that Lisa Ray, the Prime Minister of Turks and, how do you say it again?
Caicos.
The Turks and the Caicos. It was rumored that Omarosa was dating him. Mm-hmm. But Lisa Ray got the ring. And they're going to be married in December. Shout out to everyone in Brownsville. Don't forget about that Fallen Soldiers Barbecue. Sunday, August 21st. Put on by Question Mark Entertainment, MOR Entertainment. Hey, Biz, what's going on? Brownsville. We did this last year at the same park, Nehemiah Park. We had the best time. The kids were out there. Me and my family. My mother-in-law was out there. My husband's from Brownsville. And, you know, a lot of his family. Saw a lot of you all there. We had food and cold drinks, and there was cake and whatnot. But this year, we're adding a lot of extra activities for the kids, including some face painting and whatnot. It's just fun for the kids. Hey, Brownsville, Nehemiah Park, Sunday, August 21st. A lot of fun. I'll see you out there. I'm bringing some goodies to go, too, from the experience. Artie, you coming out there this year?
I'll be there.
Don't say you're going to be someplace. People actually hold you to it. They look for you.
No, I will be there. I mean, I've been in Brownsville once, and I'm looking forward to going there again. I've been there one time, though, once in my life.
That was when you were boning that girl that lived in Brownsville?
Demo hours, yeah. I had to keep the meter running. I'll be right back.
You know what? Art was so funny. He was with this girl from Brownsville. That's the girl who... She lived in the PJs, and
yes.
When you would leave, it would be so late at night, and you just felt as though even though you liked her, the risk was just too big.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Well, how would you get over there? You take a cab?
Yeah, I would take a cab over there, and you know, it just scared because she always had somebody knocking on her door, and her cell phone kept ringing so much, so I was like a little dude or somebody like, it's like, no, it's okay. No, it's not. You know.
And so then, how would you leave there? Would she call you a cab to come pick you up?
No. I would call a cab myself. I would have the number. And one time I went over there
nobody can hear you.
I used the car service actually. So more dependable. Yeah, I use the car service.
You use the car service and have the car service wait downstairs?
Yeah, just wait downstairs. Yep. Because I didn't want, because it was like dangerous around there. Whole bunch of headhunters are lingering around in the neighborhood. You know how that could be.
Was that a hit and run then when a car service is just waiting downstairs?
Yeah.
So you weren't like watching reruns of Martin and then into the Brenda Blackman show and then some sex. Mm-hmm. You just hit and run, no pork chops and rice and applesauce.
Coke 45 and some potato chips and hit and run.
Wow.
That's all you do. She was really cute though. She was nice. She's living in a dangerous area.
So why didn't you have her coming into Manhattan to see you?
Because I didn't. Because if things got bad between us, I didn't want her bringing Brownsville where I live.
Brownsville will represent up in that piece. Really? That's the reason that you didn't just have her come to your house?
Yeah.
You were nervous that if things went sour in the relationship, you didn't want her calling her cousins and them?
Yes, because they roll thick out there.
Yeah, well, you see how MOP gets down.
Yes, they sit together.
Shout out to MOP. Shout out to Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1 in stores now. MOP is on it with the usual greasy rhymes. MOP is now G-Unit. And shout out to Mobb Deep, supposedly G-Unit now, too. But you guys just, I'm hoping that the MOP project will be out before, because while I love both groups, MOP was there first. So I'm just very, very excited to see what G Unit is going to do. That G Unit brand for the MOP already established. It should have been platinum. But platinum in our hearts, which sometimes that's the best way to be. Platinum in our hearts.
You can't deny good music.
No, there's no denying good music. Andre 3000 was here earlier. That was a lot of fun. But I got to tell you something right now. Andre denied having any knowledge of the Anita Baker run-in at Anita Baker's house. Now, we talked about it here on the show. When he denied it while I was interviewing with him, for a moment, although my mouth kept moving in an interview question and answer style, my mind was questioning my sanity. Does that ever happen to you in the middle of a conversation? Somebody will say something and all of a sudden you will mentally leave the conversation because you're questioning, I know I'm not crazy. I know that I reported, and I know that Anita Baker was speaking out to the press regarding Big Boy and Andre going to her compound in Detroit, her being there with her accountant and her lawyers or whatever, them wanting her to participate in a project, and them wondering why it was set up so formally, and her saying, because this is about business. You're not just going to come to my house and break bread, and we have a handshake, and then that's it. And then Andre and Big Boy complaining about her telephone ringing the whole time, and then her leaving them with the impression like she's bougie and she was giving them investment advice. You'll remember, I reported it. You remember? Yeah. And then Anita Baker was doing her rounds to all the wags, releasing statements and calling radio stations. No, she never called here, but releasing statements and calling radio stations. You know that happened. And then this is the part where I question my sanity. He said, I swear to God. Now, exactly. You react like me. He said, I swear to God, I know nothing about what you're talking about, or I swear to God that never happened. Like, I don't play with that statement right there. Like, when I want the truth out of Art, there's one thing I know, Art, might not go to church on a regular basis or whatever, but I'll say, do you swear to God? And if he says no, then I know he's lying and he's just trying to get over. You know what I mean? There's some people that just throw that around. You know what I mean? I don't throw that around. But a lot of people these days don't believe in God. I don't even want to get into it, but I meant to get back to Andre and question, well, do you believe in God? But I couldn't, because my mind was still out there questioning my own sanity. Where's Hollywood? Hey, Goose, somebody. Art.
Yes.
Can you capsulize that particular part of that? I can't even wait for a rerun show, because God only knows when I'm ever going to go on vacation again. Okay. I'm going to play it for you before the bonus hour is over. For the remainder of the interview, my mind was in flight. I don't know what else I asked. I have no idea what happened. I think I asked him, was he gay, or, something like that. We had a lovely conversation. Don't get me wrong. We embraced. We hugged 3 times. Yeah, we did hug. I'm not even talking about it. Yeah, we did. You know what? It was him who wants to hug. Because even with the celebrities, getting back to that hug thing from yesterday, I don't go to hug them. If they go to hug, then I'm forced to hug. But,
Yeah. Are they listening?
Listen, yeah.
Goose.
Why did you walk in there and Shaylin, please turn on the studio so I can talk to Goose through the glass. Turn on the studio so I can talk to him through the glass. Where is Trevor Hollywood? Oh. All right, Goose. During the Andre 3000 interview, I was talking to him about Anita Baker. This was in part 2 of the interview. I need him, Shaylin. Stephanie, do you know what I'm talking about? You were in here. Can you stay in there, Stephanie, and guide Goose through what I need? Shaylin, do you know what I'm talking about? Please don't leave me out here like I'm crazy.
You know.
Where's Trevor Hollywood? Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, I'm going to get that statement. I'm not crazy. And I know somebody out there in Radio Land remembers the story. And I know that there's somebody listening online in the ATL, and you heard Andre 3000, because I even talked about it. Andre called up a radio station somewhere around, I don't know where it was, somewhere around, and kind of wilded out on the whole, told the situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Anita Baker was calling radio stations, and they were going back and forth. Neither one of them ever called here. But I was steadily reporting. He's a lovely man, though. Lovely. Brittany told Kevin, get a job or we're going to have some problems. Wow. Well, he's been luxuriating off the lifestyle that has been provided by Brittany, and now she's fed up with his ways, and she needs him to nail down a job and stop running through her money. No, she's not broke. Yes, she took out $5 million. She went to for an advance on either the label or a bank or, some form of $5 million loan. Of course, she'll be able to pay. Well, that's a lot of money. I can't say, of course. But, if she sells her house, if her house is worth $12 million, of course she'll be able to pay it back. But, and no, they're not broke, but money is becoming an issue with the Federlines. And she's done the best that she could, using what cachet she's got left to get him on the cover of these different magazines. Is he going to be a model? Is he going to be a dancer? I mean, whatever he's going to be. She supposedly hired like the best coaches, acting coaches, to get him involved in the acting thing. Rapping. But so far, we've seen nothing. They haven't been married for a long time, though. But, it would just seem to me that, no man worth his salt just wants to lie around and watch his wife. Well, very few men. Make this money. First of all, I'm thinking the guys, that's part of your manhood. No matter how much money your wife makes or your girlfriend or whatever, if you live together and you have kids, you feel worthy if you can contribute something. Very few men enjoy just, lying around. Truth be told, after being Bobby Brown, I don't even think Bobby enjoys just lying around, but it's what his life has turned into because he's got to make time for his court cases and stuff. Yeah. I mean, somewhere in this being Bobby Brown, I get that he's really excited about work. Remember how sober and angry as he was at seemingly high Whitney, sitting at the bar with her girlfriend having drinks, lying, talking about, I'm at the bank. Do you remember that episode, Shaylin?
Yeah, I do remember. He was like, where is she?
Yeah, do you remember how focused he was?
Yes, he was all busy. He said, I have this photo shoot.
Being Bobby Brown. Ow, ow, ow. I love that. I've got the new Jet magazine, and I have a picture of AJ. Have you guys seen it on page 34? AJ Calloway and his wife. Very cute girl, nice bone structure. I see the kids being darling. Between her jaw structure and his dimple in his chin and both of their teeth, the kids are going to be absolutely spectacular looking. Now, they mention in his wedding dossier here in Jet that, he's 106 in Park. They don't say anything about an upcoming sitcom on UPN. So I'm wondering what is that?
Somebody called and said that one of the girls that Wendy was sitting at the bar with on that show was Sherelle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I don't need to be reminded who Sherelle is. Oh. What?
Ooh.
Wow.
Shout out to Sugar Dice.
Oh, he used to tear that down?
Oh, boy.
Shout out to Alexander O'Neill.
Ooh. Let me do it.
That's right, Auntie Cheryl. But the accent that Whitney has, I thought she said Auntie Cheryl. I'm at Auntie Cheryl's. And then little Bobby Chris was like, Auntie Cheryl, that's like 40 hours from here, remember? Mm-hmm. I'm going upstairs to your room. That's what she told her daddy in the backseat of the Porsche. I'm going upstairs to your room. So are we to assume Sherelle gets down too?
Jury's still out.
I grew up in a house where birds of a feather flock together is what my parents used to always say. Oh, shoot. Sherelle trying to get her shine on Bobby Brown. Keira Knightley, I think she's very pretty. I like her haircut. You know, it's short and she's like a real mop top, and it's nicely colored and stuff. Well, she just broke up with her boyfriend, just to let you know. She's 20, he's 22. It happens. She was dating a Calvin Klein model for 2 years. Blah, blah, blah. Life goes on. Let's move on. This show I have yet to see, but it's called Brat Camp on ABC. Have you seen it? This 17-year-old kid is on it, and he's described by the show's website as being an angry punk rocker who smokes, drinks, and has an obsession with fire. He's been charged along with other teens of, spraying racial slurs and all kind of other stuff. Brat Camp. The actual show, though, follows the 9 troubled teens through a 50-day wilderness school. Please, Jenny Jones is over. Didn't we see? Isn't that the Jenny Jones show made into a made into a reality show? Remember, they get all the boot camp people in there. That's when those shows really did what they call jump the shark. Now they're calling it jump the couch. You know, when Tom Cruise jumped up on Oprah's couch, that's when they're looking. That's what the entertainment world looks at the beginning of the end for Tom Cruise. You know, it used to be called Jump the Shark. Now it's called Jump the Couch. Yeah. That's when all those talk shows started to jump the couch, when they started bringing in all those taskmasters who would yell with foam in the corner of their mouths, "You're going to do it, and you're going to do it now." And then after the commercial, the kids are all at boot camp, and they're being screamed at, and they're doing push-ups. Oh, come on. Yeah. You know who else is in the same Jet magazine on the same page as Mr. and Mrs. AJ? Paula J. Parker from Hustle Flow. She did a good job in that movie, I understand. I like her. She's got a big, big smile and a lot of teeth. Well, she married a guy named Forrest Martin. They look happy in the Jet magazine. She's an actress, as you know, and he worked on the set as an intern. I said, oh, were you trying to figure out what button you press on that?
I'm just trying to take it,
He worked on the set as an intern who was promoted to production assistant.
Oh, promotion.
After he started slaying her, and then she said, now look, you gonna give my man a better job than an intern. We about to get married. We gonna be written up in Jet, and I will not have intern written next to my husband's name. So now you make him something. Well, this month marks their 9th wedding anniversary. So apparently, this is just a regular picture of them, but so it's not the wedding picture, but it's just saying that they're very happy and they're very in love, and that's very nice. And you never know where you're going to meet your man, but look at the Federlines. You just want to make sure that they're working. I bet you he does want to work too, so he can provide for his woman and stuff. That's admirable. I have no problem with that at all. Oh, an intern.
Maybe it was a paid internship.
That's like when that big man who went on to play
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, why do you know I'm about to tell that story?
Yeah.
Get out of my head.
Garcia Bouvet.
Yes, get out of my head.
The Jamie Foxx show.
Yes, shut up. Look, when the Jamie Foxx show used to be in production, Garcelle Bouvet played Fancy, and Michael Clark Duncan in real life was a security guard on that show, and he used to hit on Garcelle, telling her, how beautiful she is and so on and so forth. But that was when he was just a security guard, making a few dollars an hour, and she used to be like, as if, like that. Well, next thing you know, he's a legitimate actor nominated for an Oscar. And here she goes, calling him up to find out if she can be his Oscar date.
Wow.
Well, I don't believe she was his Oscar date. That was so long ago. That was back when Joan Rivers was working the red carpet, which, I miss Joan. I miss a decent red carpet, on E. Boy. Anyway, the rest is history. Garcelle Bouvet has since grown up. I like her. You know, she's a friend in my head. She wasn't a friend in my head when I knew about that story. It was more like, you know, bitch, you know, like that. Like, it's one thing not to want to date him, but, you know, to do all this twisting and turning. And then you never know when people are going to grow big enough. Now, he grew big enough to actually tell that story. And he didn't do it in a nasty, catty way, but he told the story. But, you know, I read between the lines like, he's being a real gentleman about his delivery, but I see exactly what he's complaining about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she has gone on and gotten married and seemingly changed quite a bit. I like her. I've never met her in my life, but I like her. She's a friend in my head. She always looks nice when she's on the red carpet, and she seems to have a really happy life. I like her. I don't know much about her, like, you know, what all she's working with now, but I like her, and she makes a good spokesperson for beauty products, and she's a friend in my head. Because I watched her grow from that Michael Clark Duncan incident to now. It's very warm in here, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, how dare you? Oh. How dare you? Sometimes I can say something and you all can say, no, it's not. It's fine.
But it's the middle of August, Wendy. My gosh.
Oh, Wendy, I work in the health field, and I heard you talking about herpes yesterday. Did you know that you can get herpes in the eyes? Just thought you should know. As a matter of fact, Lola, I did know that, and I forgot to mention it yesterday. We got to have a health professional come in here and talk about the spreading of what. We also have to talk about the costumes-only West Indian parade. My people are going through a lot. I am part Bayesian.
Yes, you are.
And I feel offended by this as well. Here's Brooklyn poised to be the site of the fabulous West Indian American Day Carnival Parade. Thousands of revelers take to the streets, but the event could be marred this year by the no-shirt rule on floats. Now, part of the culture is, you know, them big rainbow striped pants and stuff and no shirt on the top. Very Andre 3000. Yeah. You know, all the legs akimbo and floating material like MC Hammer. And, you know, that's the men. Event planners and organizers have implemented this without notice. The rule unfairly is targeting, they say, Jamaicans, Bahamians, and Haitians who are typically not dressed, they say, in traditional costumes. While the parade, this article goes on to say, has its roots in Trinidad, the event is influenced by traditions brought to New York by people from the Caribbean islands. The parade is a melting pot of cultures woven together, blah, 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 we know. There are several reasons why the T-shirt ban should not be implemented. Should not be implemented. They say traditional carnival costumes are colorful and attractive, but they are expensive to create. T-shirts can be colorfully coordinated to look just as attractive. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get what this is.
Oh, Trevor's back.
Trevor, I'm looking for the Andre 3000 break.
And Zoe was with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And the bangs on her hairpiece are turned to the side.
Language.
Oh, and her body language is crazy. Zoe bought a wig yesterday, and it looks absolutely adorable. But I noticed that the bangs, since she came back in the studio with Trev Hollywood, are over her ears and not over her two eyes.
They've been gone for a while.
And you've been gone for too long. We've been looking for you for 29 minutes, both of you. And look, she's got the sweat up her back again. Oh, my God.
His shirt is open.
And look at his shirt wide open.
Look like Jodeci.
You're right. You're right. Shut up. Shut up. Man, we need some TV cameras in here on these moments. Look, we're going to take a break. I'm coming back to you with that Andre 3000 where he said that. I thought I was crazy. And I need some of your phone calls. It's WBLS.
Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, inviting you to be my guest at the first annual Brownsville Music and Cultural Festival at Betsy Head Park this Saturday, August 13th from 12 noon to 8 p.m. featuring the legendary Intruders, Ray Goodman and Brown. For more information, call 718-498-8681 for details. That's 718-498-8681. Proudly presented by Assemblyman William F. Boyland.
Yo, what up? This is John Legend, and you're listening to the Bonus Hour on 107.5 WBLS.
All right. And we're back. Hello.
Hey, Wendy. Hi. My name is Hank, calling from Brooklyn.
Hi, Hank.
I don't mean to disrespect Andre 3000, but my wife is from the ATL, and we was down there in May, and he was on the radio talking about what happened with Anita Baker. So I don't know why he lied to you just an hour ago or so.
Well, you know what? It was probably his very polite way of not wanting to talk about it. The bigger picture, and I was a little stunned after Andre denied it, and then he said, "I swear to God," because our and I meant to revisit that conversation with him and say, "Well, do you believe in God?" Because that could have been the kicker right there. If he doesn't believe in God, then, that means absolutely nothing to him. Art and I were just talking about that behind the scenes. Anita Baker has even addressed that in public. I'm glad that you called, though.
Yeah, because my wife is from the ATL. We was down there in May, and we was listening to the hip-hop station, and Andre 3000 was on there, and he was talking about what happened.
Yes.
So that's why I couldn't believe he was sitting there lying to you about that.
Well,
but I think he's trying to promote this movie and not cause no beef or nothing.
Well, no, because he talked about everything else. I mean, right down to me asking him if he's a homosexual.
Okay.
So, I thought he was a terrific interview. You know what?
You think he was just trying to save face? Or?
I think that he's trying to move on with that particular thing because, as you and I both know, that was a very funky situation, and it was funky on Anita Baker's part.
Because, he on the ATL hip-hop station, he was saying how, she was all bougie and trying to tell them what to do with their money and invest this, invest that. But then he sits there, to you and said, "I never met her before in my life," or something like that.
Well, I think he's over it.
Okay.
And wanted to move on. Although he did revisit Rosa Parks, which is an older case than that. All in all, I thought he was a great conversationalist.
Yeah, he was, and I'm going to support the brothers movie too.
Yeah, and you know what? And the fact that he judged over that story and didn't choose to acknowledge it, that's fine with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
But we know what we know.
Well, that's why my wife called me because she was laughing at you because you did like a little sidebar thing to the audience.
Yes.
While he was there, that's what we was cracking up.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I feel like when I'm talking to celebrities, I need to speak with you also.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Okay. Have a nice time in Philly.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm hosting a party in Philly tonight at this club called Transit. So after I get off the air here, I'm going to go home.
It's AI's favorite spot.
Yep, Transit nightclub. Everybody's going to be there. Keisha Coles is performing tonight in Philly at Transit. So I'll probably be hitting the turnpike, later on tonight. Anyway, all right. So we found, hurry up on the telephone, Art, because we found that piece of the interview that was just done a couple hours ago with Andre 3000. And so I wanted to play that for you. He was so slick, I'm going to tell you. And then for the rest of the interview, I was asking myself, am I crazy? Was I dreaming that, or did that really happen? Or only in my head? The Andre 3000, Big Boy, and Anita Baker. All right, so...
His people was calling saying that he answered that truthfully.
He did?
Yeah.
He answered it truthfully?
That's what his people told our booker, Elisa, that he was answering the question...
Truthfully. So then the man on the telephone that just called is crazy, too. Oh. He didn't hear Andre on the radio ranting and raving about Anita Baker. Oh. And then Anita Baker calling up various radio stations and ranting right back.
True lie.
Okay, well, let's just play this part. Go ahead. This is from the interview done earlier today. Go ahead. I know that you and Big Boy made a special trip to see Anita Baker, and we talked about it here on the show. Did you guys go to... You wanted to do a project with Anita Baker?
I've never...
You never even heard this story?
No, I met her. She came in concert in Atlanta, and I went to her show, but I've never met Anita Baker in my life.
Okay, I see what's going on. Oh,
I swear to God.
It was sidebar. Let me talk to the audience just for a moment.
Okay,
Pretend you're not here. You guys,
I'm not here.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, and so does Andre. But apparently, that meeting, you remember, allegedly Andre and Big Boy went to her house, and Anita Baker was less than mannerable, and the guys were left all conflummoxed, and she said some terrible things about them. And now what Andre's doing is he's showing good manners and being a gentleman by just erasing it from his memory.
No, I swear to God.
What?
I don't know anything about it. I swear to God. She was supposed to be on the Love Below album,
right?
The song She's Alive, and I sent her the music, but her manager said that she was about to release a new album and she didn't want to be on another project. But it was never any beef or nothing. I never even met the lady. Oh. So I love Anita Baker.
Okay,
my mama turned me on to Anita Baker, so I'm come on.
There it is. I'm not crazy, am I?
No.
Okay. Zoe, I'm not crazy, right?
No, Miss Wendy. Well, not right now.
Let's move on. Congratulations to Russell Simmons and his brother, Reverend Run. They have been picked as the host of this year's VH1 Hip Hop Honors. This year, the Hip Hop Honors is going to pay tribute to LL Cool J and Big Daddy Kane, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Biggie, Ice-T, Salt and Pepper, and the film Boys in the Hood. It is set to air on my channel, VH1, September 26th. Okay, hold on. Art just got off the telephone. What?
Andre 3000 wants to call in and discuss the truthfulness of his statement.
He said that he never met her. He swears to God.
He wants to call in. Is that all right with you?
Sure.
Okay.
You just keep your hand on the dump button, because if he starts screaming and anything gets through and you don't dump, you're out.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, you know where we were. The equipment might not know where we're at. Easy.
No, you be easy. Hollywood, Art might need assistance.
Yeah, I heard.
Andre's going to call or you're both out. Now, you know we don't have no 7 damn second delay up in this piece. Oh, shoot. No, he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just finish this until the phone rings. Does he know that I leave at 7 o'clock?
I'm sure he's been informed.
Okay. Barbara Bel Geddes passed away, everybody. She played Ellie. Oh, there's the phone. Ellie Ewing in the series Dallas. Gwen, you could turn the heat way down. And I know you're coming in to tell me that the Saturday night WBLS Midnight Madness cruise is sold out. Absolutely. Sold out. Good job on that cruise, Gwenny. We're celebrating the 107 Days of Summer with a live broadcast with Eddie Love at IKEA on Saturday, August 20th. IKEA is located at 100 IKEA Drive. The problem is, Gwenny, this doesn't say which IKEA. There are a few of them in the tri-state area. Oh, yes, it is. Paramus. Yes. Paramus. What time is Eddie going to be there? It doesn't say.
The broadcast is at 2.
Okay. Eddie at 2, Sunday, IKEA. Andre, you there? Hello, Andre?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
You know what? I wanted to ask you after you said, I swear to God, do you believe in God?
Most definitely. And that's the reason why I called.
Okay.
Because, this is the first time, something like this really happened to me where, somebody's saying something and it's totally not true. I'm actually willing to get on the phone. Let's get Anita Baker on the phone.
Wow.
Because that's where, it's funny to me because me and Big Boy, we love the lady. We never met her.
What, did you ever hear that she is even called radio stations and...
No. I've never heard any of this. And so, and this guy, listened to the station, and he said, this guy said, I was on the radio.
Yes, in Atlanta.
I hardly ever go to the radio station in Atlanta. Like, when I was promoting Four Brothers, they were like, man, where you been? We haven't seen you in a while. So I would like him to tell me what station I was on talking about Anita Baker. And honestly, with this situation, I have nothing to gain from it. If anything, it makes Anita Baker look bad, and that's bad because it's lying about her.
Well, that's
so we don't have anything to gain from, saying, no, this didn't happen.
That's true.
I mean, I just want to clear it up because I'm a straight-up dude, man. I don't like people, to be out saying crazy stuff,
You damn sure are. I appreciate you calling. All right,
no
so that it didn't happen. Damn.
No, not at all.
All right. So where are you at now?
I'm on my way to, what is it, The Daily Show. I got to do The Daily Show tonight.
Oh, okay. So are you going to be wearing one of your Andre 3000?
No, I'm going to be wearing what I just saw you in.
Okay. The white slacks and the navy blue polo shirt with the stripes and the Converse sneakers and the Down South church hat.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing you then tonight on The Daily Show. And once again, thank you for coming in on the show earlier.
No problem. If you need me, I promise, call me if you get Anita Baker on the phone.
Oh.
Let's all get on the phone and clear it on up.
Okay.
I don't play.
Thank you, Andre.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.
I don't think we need to investigate any further. Excuse me. I think Anita Baker is now ringing my cell phone. I can't talk. I'm on the air. Miss Ellie was 82 when she passed away. And she was also, as Art informed us earlier, one of Ronald Reagan's jump-offs. Art happened to have read that in Ronald Reagan's unauthorized biography. She was flat broke, do you know, when she took the role in 1978 as the matriarch of the oil family, the Ewings. In 1984, she suffered a massive stroke. And then, remember, Miss Ellie was then played by Donna Reed for about 6 months. And then she returned, Barbara Bell Geddes, to Dallas in 1990, just before the show was canceled. She died, are you ready for this? Of lung cancer. Yeah. In Northeast Harbor, Maine. That's where she lived. She was a long-time smoker, and she died of lung cancer on Monday. Congratulations to Tito and Ebony. They got engaged on the stage last night at the Laugh Factory.
Aww.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh.
Yo, and this is how it happened, right? By the way, shout out to Capone. Shout out to
Allison Williams.
Allison Williams was there. Special shout out to Shorty.
Ken Black.
Shout out to, Ken Black. Damn, what's dude's name? Not Todd Lynn.
Mark Theobald.
No. Not that, he was caught up in Tsunami and let go and shot 97. Damn, it's on the top of my mind. I can't even remember his name. What?
That was Todd Lynn. Tsunami on 97.
That was Todd Lynn. Yeah.
Was that Todd?
Yeah. That was Todd Lynn.
Todd was there last night. He was very funny, and he lost a lot of weight.
He did, yeah.
Did you see him?
He does commercials now, yeah.
He looks great.
Yes.
He lost a lot of weight. His comedy game was funny. And Tito and Ebony got married. Capone's on the stage, and he says, I don't know where I'd like to bring a friend of mine up, Money Boss Player, played him up like, real big in the streets, like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking like, what the... I know he's not taking a moment out of the show. Mm-hmm. What part of the script was this? And sitting next to my husband, and my husband, we're both like, what the hell is Capone doing?
Uh-oh.
And next thing you know, the girl gets called to the stage, Ebony, and Tito drops to an... Did he get on his knee? No, he didn't. He didn't get on his knee.
He was gangster.
I don't remember. Yeah, he was gangster with it. Oh, no. Tight nice. And he opened up the box and bling, the ring, and she said yes, and they hugged, they kissed, they went back to have their drinks. Mm-hmm. And Capone went back to joking. We had a nice time last night.
What a way to remember to be proposed to at a college.
Well, that was, you know what? I felt special. Like, of all the places somebody can get engaged, they chose to involve us in it. I thought that was great. Dear Wendy, this is the deal. Tito, Ebony, don't get scared by this, but this is about married people. Dear Wendy, here's the deal. My husband and my brother's wife, my sister-in-law, have been very friendly in the past months. Now, I've noticed some weird tension between them at parties, as if something was up with the two of them. So I started my investigation. I got copies of his cell phone bill. Uh-oh. And to my surprise, they've been talking more than 5 times a day.
Wow.
Not to mention, she calls my house during the day and blocks the number so I'll see private caller. I wouldn't have cared so much about the calls, but then my husband stated, snatching the phone logs so I can't see. What did your husband state? Don't say state if you don't mean he made a sentence. Anyway, he snatched the phone log. I confronted my husband and he insisted that they were just friends. But I feel differently. I feel something in the pit of my stomach, and when that happens, I'm usually right. She's been known in the past for having male friends, and I think she relates to males rather than females. I think it's totally inappropriate, and I'm upset. My question for you is this normal? Am I overreacting? Should I let it go? Should I be upset? How do I do this without hurting my brother? If I sense something going on between Renita, my sister-in-law, and my husband, I'd go right to my brother. And together we would plot to figure out the bottom of it. Oh, yes. 5 times a day, that is entirely too much. I'm close with my brother-in-law, Brian, too, but I would never, and you keep that in your mind with your closeness, even your proximity, all that stuff. I don't even want my sister-in-law to even flinch and thinking nothing crazy. What? Don't even think it. If you feel it, it's probably so. And 5 times a day, I'd call your brother, if I were you, and hatch a plan. Thanks. A man was so annoyed at a noisy alarm on his car that he fired 3 bullets into his Toyota Camry to silence the alarm, which brought out the police, who hauled him away in handcuffs. His name is David Rye. He's 48. He was arrested and booked for reckless endangerment. It's a crazy world we live in. And teens looking for money are selling themselves on eBay. Have you heard about this? Oh. Well, they're looking for extra money to spend. There are 2 college-bound teenagers that decided to sell a week of their time to the highest bidder on eBay. They hoped for fortune and adventure, but got neither. When the auction closed on Monday, the teens learned the winning bidder, a resident of where they live, St. Joe's, Missouri, had offered a mere $246.50 for their service. I'm kind of disappointed, but it's money, says Chris Pullen, one of the St. Joe's residents. I think it was exciting while it lasted, but it's still money. Nothing to be disheartened about. The bid opened up in July, on July 29th, as a matter of fact, at $1. And the man who shot Michelle Vargas, that's her name, right? Michelle Vargas? The newswoman whose husband was shot in the carjacking. Elizabeth Vargas, excuse me. We didn't know. Yeah, well, he shot him in the head, Gwen, in a carjacking. Right in the temple in a carjacking, he lived. Her husband, thank God. Well, wow. Gwen, everybody works here at WBLS. She works very, very hard, making sure that, things run correctly all around the place. What do you do here, Gwen? You're a promotions woman.
I do a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
And the boat cruise is sold down.
Yes, and then she came back in to remind us of that. Well, first of all, there was a woman, 23, held as an accessory to Mark Cohn. That's Elizabeth Vargas' husband. The detectives believe Patricia Vale, 23, is an accessory to another man. His name is Joseph Yaktine, and he's 23. They're being held on suspicion of attempted first-degree murder and carjacking. As you know, I told you before, the shooting was late night, and he's being held on $1 million bond. Shot the man in the temple, Elizabeth Vargas' husband. He lived. Thank God. And he's going to live, and he's going to get better. All right, you guys, I got to go to Philly. To the Club Transit. Uh-oh. I'll be back tomorrow, though, 2 o'clock to do it all over again. 2 to 7 p.m. We're here every day. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, and Vaughn Harper's up next with The Quiet Storm. I love you for listening again. And Andre 3000, love you, baby. We'll watch you tonight on The Daily Show, too. It's 107.5. Oh, and Four Brothers opens in theaters on Friday.
Yes.
Yep, it's 107.5 WBLS. Bye-bye.
Wendy Williams Broadcast Day.